Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another super cool radio interview. I'm your host, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to be turning up the heat because I usually keep it cool, but we're going to be turning up the heat for this episode. I got a great band to be kicking off their superhero tour at NAMM on January 20th. Please welcome Nashville-based Too Hot for Leather, Ryan Snyder, the guitarist.
What's going on, guys? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for hanging out and chatting with me.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
So before we really dive into everything, I got a fun question. Not too hot for leather based, but I'm curious for you.
Okay.
If you could have dinner with any two musicians throughout history, who would you pick?
Oh man, are they alive or dead?
Either way.
Definitely Slash. I'm a huge Slash fan. I gotta go Billy Joel. Definitely. I love Billy Joel. He just seems like a character. So, and I love his music. So I feel like that would be a fun conversation to have.
Kind of two opposite ends of the spectrum there.
Oh yeah, I'm a Slash for that. For the guitar work. Billy Joel more for his writing style. That is what I really like, and he's a unique guy. So I feel that would be a fun conversation to have.
Oh, for sure. Sure. So kind of curious, you kind of focusing on that. So how'd you get into becoming a guitarist?
So it first started in grade school when all the cool kids were playing a guitar and me wanting to fit in. And it's like, okay, mom, dad, can I go find a guitar? Can I buy one? So at first it was trying to fit in, but then for getting more connected with music, I was like, hey, this actually feels really good, and this is actually fun. So then I got introduced to blues music, and that's kind of where it all started from. I was in blues in the schools, and then after I think that I started that in 2008, 2009, and then I was in that program for 4 years, and then I heard of a band called Guns N' Roses, and that just changed my life. So then I started my own band. I've been in four different projects, and then now my recent one's Too Hot for Leather now. So that's kind of where it started, just for trying to fit in, and then it's like, oh, blues music. That's awesome. And then hard rock and roll. Yeah.
A little bit opposite ends of the spectrum. You got blues, and then you got obviously the hard rock, but that kind of goes into the Too Hot for Leather, because you guys kind of include some different elements and genres and things like that in the music.
Yeah, we are. I know all four of us. We all love rock. We like for different spots of rock. I know, me, Guns N' Roses. We got Muse, Paramore, Evanescence, Green Day, Nickelback too. So we kind of we kind of pick our favorite things and just throw it all in to one thing. So that's just and it works. So the whole writing style is actually kind of a lot of fun for us, because we have all these ideas from different influences. So it's fun.
Oh no, definitely. It definitely shows in the music as well that,
Yeah.
as I said, you guys kind of blend some genres, include some different elements and
Mhm.
that thing. So I'm kind of curious. So with the writing and recording process, so how is it kind of to blend everyone's influences and interests and all that to kind of create the sound for Too Hot for Leather?
So our first, I guess I'll say our first 6 songs that we have out now that you can listen to, that recording for process. So we basically we went over to Kevin's house, and he has his own home studio, and we would hash out a song in one day. Actually, I feel like it wasn't too complicated while we were writing the whole songs. It's just I had this idea here, and then we just build up on that, and then once we were in the recording studio for those 6 songs. So we kind of layered it. Like we did drums first for all the songs, then we did bass, then we did guitars, vocals, and then we added the whole post-up production stuff. So that was that, I guess, the Nashville, LA music style where everything's like just like it's super perfect and super clean, you know. That was our first way that we did it. And then for these next batch of songs that we did, we recorded them live. We overdubbed solos and vocals, but like the drums, the rhythm parts, and bass, that's all live. And that's kind of how we approached our second record because I just we're a live band, you know, and I want for people to hear us like this is how we sound live and not just layers, 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 layers. Like we're in a room together and we're playing together. So that's kind of the recording style that we're doing now. But who knows what's going to happen with our next batch of songs. I don't know how we're going to record it. It might be something totally different, you know. Who knows? But for circling back on the whole writing stuff, you know, I'll have an idea, for lick wise. Shannon might have a vocal idea. You know, we just work as a team. You know, say, okay, you give a song, let's try to hash out, you know, the song, even if it's just a verse and one a chorus. So, you know, and that's always fun because you can be super creative. You know, it's fun.
Oh no, for sure. That that's the kind of that's the writing and recording process. It should be fun. It should be creative with everything. So, I'm kind of curious. So, going from like that LA super clean, layers on layers on layers to like recording live, was there any like kind of transition, or was it felt like more natural recording live?
To me, it felt more natural recording live. I will say, when you sit down and you just play your verse parts, you hear like, okay, I feel like you pay attention to your mistakes. If you're just like, okay, it has to be perfect, you know, and you're playing it. I did not like tracking like, okay, we're going to lay down the verse chords and then we're going to go to chorus because then I get inside of my head so much. I'm like, I'm going to mess this up. And then live, for me at least, I'm more relaxed, you know, because I'm with the whole band playing together, you know, and I feel like I'm at my best when I'm live. So if I can record live the rest of my life, that'd be great. And then you can forgo in there and fix like something small, like okay, it's the flub here, but you're not fixing like everything, you know. Like all my favorite records from the 70s and 80s, you can hear some small mistakes, but it works because they're in that moment playing, and to me that's cool to me. We all make mistakes. We're all human beings, you know. No one's gonna be perfect, you know. So that's kind of how I look at it that way, and it's just feel, you know. I feel the music more if we're in a room together, you know. And then people like you, like, okay, I can feel this vibe, you know. This is great.
I mean, I appreciate like both styles of like there's some bands that like they've perfected like sounding clean and perfect and all that, but then there's others that have a little bit more like raw and grit to it, and I appreciate both. I think they both have their place.
Same.
But it is for like some of the stuff, like it feels to me sometimes depending on the band, like you can kind of tell if they recorded it live or not, because it sounds like more, it has some flow to it. It sounds like kind of like you're listening to like a live, kind of setting that, with the sound and the pacing and all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
But now, since we're talking about live, obviously you guys got some exciting plans coming up very shortly. January 20th, kicking off the tour at NAMM. So, like, how does it feel, like, for this tour, performing at NAMM, all of this stuff?
So NAMM is actually really funny. So I was at home and I saw this ad online, play at NAMM. And I'm like, screw it. I'll apply to it. It was free, you know, and I'm sure like thousands and thousands of bands apply to go. And then about a month and a half ago, I get the email saying you've been accepted to go be at NAMM, and I'm like, okay, looks like we're going to NAMM. So I've never played at NAMM before, but I went to the one in Nashville in 2019. And it's a really, really, really great experience to go to. We play, yeah, the 20th at the Hilton Jam. That's where the whole tour starts there. We fly out there, we fly back, get in the van, and we hit Louisville, Columbus, Covington, Kentucky, Cleveland, Ohio. Then we go to Charlotte, North Carolina. Then we go to the Villages in Florida, and then Atlanta, Georgia. Then Birmingham, Alabama. So we got some. It's gonna be a fun route, and I'm super excited for all of it.
Oh,
And
for sure. And so obviously, so with applying to NAMM, like when you sent that email, do you think, oh, am I ever going to hear back, or is this actually going to
no,
happen?
no, it was one of those things like, cool. If we make it, great. If not, great. Whatever. But we got it, and I wish we were playing more towards the weekend on it, but that was just our availability at the time because when I applied, we had all of these shows booked. So I'm like, I can't be moving stuff around. I don't want to because that's already a pain. So I'm just excited, to go out there, meet people in a network. And I've been to LA once, so this will be my second time there. So, or it's Anaheim, yeah.
For sure. Well, I hope everything goes well for you guys, obviously with
Thank you.
NAMM, and also you're hitting a lot of great cities in,
Yeah.
like the Midwest, East Coast, all of that. So, and the South as well. So you guys, yeah, a lot of great cities. Kind of curious. So, kind of going along with that. So, like, can you give any hints of what the set will look like for this upcoming tour?
Oh, so you're definitely gonna hear our 6 songs that you have on that, well, for that are on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you have. And then we are releasing a single, which is out January 23rd. It's gonna be, and the song is called Beef Stew. You will hear that one plus more new music, and we have a few of our favorite cover songs that you'll hear too as well that we love to do. So the set list is fun. It's high energy, and we got a couple ballads in there. So it's just gonna be loud rock and roll, man.
I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
No, you can't, man. And I'm excited. We've been rehearsing for a few months now. So, and the they all sound great. And I'm super excited to play some of these songs live I think we're playing one for the first time. I could be wrong. We've done it. We've done a lot of shows, but yeah, Celis is gonna be fun. It's gonna be loud. So come ready.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But kind of going along with that, so I'm curious for you, what is your
Mhm.
favorite Too Hot for Leather song to perform live?
Mm, shit. It's my one word, man. um,
Everybody gets one.
you know, oh, dude, that's a hard one, man. It's between two right now. I gotta say, "Show Me What You Got." Um, that song was it's. I remember recording that in the studio, and it was a lot of fun because I felt very creative with that song. Um, and it was very challenging too. So I think it kind of hits home for me a bit because I worked hard on it, and it's that first note of of the song just really just hits you right here in the chest. So I think that's and the ending is a lot of fun too because I kind of wanted to have my own song like Paradise City, like just shred on the very end of it. So you know, so I gotta say that's mine.
That song, like, it was the first song I heard from you guys. That's what
Oh,
got me
oh, great.
interested in the
Oh,
band.
cool.
But that is just, it's a
Cool.
rocker, dude. Like, from beginning
It
to end,
is.
that just straight rocks.
You got some talk box in there too, So the whole song there's just a lot going on in it. So it's just a lot of fun.
Oh, for sure. I can imagine with that. Just listening to it, on YouTube, I was like, man, this sounds really
Yeah.
good. Like I was definitely a fan.
We wrote that in 2022, I think. I think it was finished. I wrote the song in like 2020, but the for Groove it finished it out. So that song's been around for like a long time. So, and I'm just glad that it's out for everyone to hear now. So
Oh, for sure. It's
it's
not just,
awesome.
the copy paste of it's going to sound like this song. You guys
Yeah.
definitely do change it up.
You'll hear on our new EP too that it's not, you'll hear our same sound. It's not the same vibe. It's still rock, it's rock, but it's not gonna, it's a little different vibe, and I think we like to show diversity, that we can just, we can't, that we can play anything and not just, straight loud hard rock and roll for 20 songs, you know so which is cool, you know so this next song, we have a song that Shannon wrote the song along for time ago, and I won't say much about it, but it's a very special song to her, and it shows what she can do, outside of rock, and it's a beautiful song. So, and I'm very very excited for everyone who hear this a certain song. So it's a very slow song.
Well, I'm definitely very excited to check it out. As I
Yeah,
said, I'm
yeah,
digging what you guys are doing, so I'm
yeah,
excited to see, with this song and everything.
yeah. Oh yeah, man, cool.
But since we talked about recording music, we talked about performing live. So I'm kind of curious for you. Do you approach like performing live differently than recording music?
Um, yes and no. Um, Definitely, if we have a big show, you know, I'm sitting back there like, don't screw up the first note, or no cables, just we're gonna die on you the first note you hit, which has happened to me before. Um, um, I I I feel more comfortable playing live than I do recording. There's just this for certain nerve in me when we record. I feel like I'm more under the gun more, because it's like the mics are on, they can hear every little mistake you're doing, you know, and you gotta be like, I gotta make this perfect. I can't screw up. I can't mess up. Gotta hit my parts, but live is just, it's totally different, because you got vibes that are feeding, like you're feeding off of vibes out front, and it's that weird feeling where, it's like you're on autopilot, and you know you're excited, you're nailing your parts, but recording is just like, oh damn, okay, don't screw up, any day I would play live over recording. you know but just recording makes me nervous. It really does. Like, I'm just stuck in my head. I think a lot of musicians, they can say that. I mean, not speaking for everybody, but me especially. I'm just like, I get like, dude, you can hit this part so many times. It's like, I'm in my room, dude. I can play this part. Yeah, this is great. Or live in recording, it's like, damn it, no, I'm not. I can't do it. I can't hit it. Doesn't make sense. It's just all up in here, man. You know. And I still struggle today, just like overcoming that. And I work through it. I always do. But I'm trying to find a way to where I go record to relax more, because when you're tense, you get so tense, it's like, just gotta breathe and relax, man. That's why you should smoke a joint, I guess, if you want to. I don't know. or have a shot. You gotta do whatever you have to do. Whatever you gotta do.
I know exactly with all of that, but kind of going along with that, it's funny because like recording music, like it's gonna be there forever.
Yep.
Like so everyone's gonna like anyone who listens to it, they could dissect it or notice like, oh, that that part sounds weird or something like that, or that's not
Yeah.
quite right. But with
Yeah.
performing live, you're just kind of in the moment, and everyone just kind of accepts that and just like not saying not saying mistakes are a good thing, but like it's a live performance, and I think people just are more in the moment, that they don't like
Yep.
overanalyze everything when they're just like sitting in their house listening to music.
They're not gonna be like, oh, you messed up live. Like, I don't. I mean, musicians, they can hear mess up because it's just our ears, but the most the average person's not going to even notice that I hit a flat note for just a split second. No one's going to know that, but that's just what makes it fun. You're like, I messed up, you guys had no idea I did. you know
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
that's happened. I try not to make it happen, but like I said, we're all human beings. We will make a mistake, but as long as you've practiced that mistake, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay.
Oh yeah, no, and stuff like that happen. I mean, it's really just just keep going and act like you didn't, act like
Exactly.
nothing happened.
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
cables dying, that's a very different story. I've seen shows where that's happened, and there's not much you can do about that. All you can do is fix it.
Dude, I was opening up for some band in like 2016. It was a big band, and literally, first note, and my cable just died. Luckily, I had one on stage, but I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me, dude? Like, that's my biggest fear. Like, every run that we do, every long board that we do, I get new tubes, I get new fuses, and I get new cords. You know, it's like I'm scarred. I'm scarred. I got all my patch cables. I got my speaker cables. I got backups for days. I don't want anything to happen.
Hey, better be prepared than not, because
Exactly,
the
man.
one time you don't have backups is when everything goes wrong.
And now I got 2 amps on the road, and I think for this run I'm bringing 3 guitars. So I've got backups, and I'm good. I'm good.
Good. I'm glad everything is well for this upcoming tour.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun.
All right, so now we're starting to close out this interview. So I'm kind of curious, obviously, with this tour and the new single in January. How is
Mhm.
kind of like the first half of 2026 looking like for you guys?
There's a lot happening, and I'm trying to keep up. A lot's happening. We just signed with Blind Anxiety Entertainment, and they're now booking us some shows. We're already gonna. I think we're gonna be starting our second run of the superhero tour in June, and then we're gonna have a third run in August or September, and then we may close one out in November. So we're doing a lot of touring this year, and I think we're going to be out each tour range from 2 to 4 weeks each time. So because we've got a lot of towns, man. We've been getting a lot of requests to go to a lot of cities. So and I'm excited to go try these new places out and spread the word about Too Hot for Leather. So it's going to be a busy summer. It's not even February yet, and I'm like looking at my phone and emails. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like hang on, you know.
Well, hey, it's better be busy than not. So I'm happy
I
for you guys.
when I'm not busy, I don't know what to do with myself. I it's like on my downtime, I'll go play video games because that's my escape from music. It's like, okay, I'm a little burnt out. We're gonna go play some video games, but um, I'm just glad that this group is finally, you know, taken off because it's been first off a couple of years of it. It's been like it's not bad things, but it's just like, okay, when's this we're gonna start? Are we, when's it gonna start? So a lot of patience, a lot of patience.
Oh yeah, but no, like once you get that ball rolling, as you kind of said, like you're busy for the rest of the year. So I mean,
Yep.
it's good. For the work and effort you guys put into it, it's great to see.
A lot of traveling, and I love it. I enjoy, you're in a van, with your best friends, and you're writing music, together, and you're sharing that with a lot of people, and I think that's just cool, and it's something that I've always wanted to do.
Oh, for
Be fun.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. But now,
Yeah.
as we're closing this out, so for everyone watching, where are the best places to find Too Hot for Leather online?
You can go to Facebook and search Too Hot for Leather. You can go to our website at www.toohotforleather.com. And that's got our merchandise on there. That's got all of our show dates. And we're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. You can find all the fun stuff. Spotify, Apple Music, literally everywhere. You won't get sick of us, I promise.
Well, and I'll make it even easier. I'll have some links for Too Hot for Leather in the description of this podcast. If they're coming to an area near you, or if you're at NAMM or anything like that, make sure to see them live.
Sweet. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, guys.
Ryan, thank you so much for stopping by Super Cool Radio. It was a great time.
Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah,
of course. For Ryan Snyder of Too Hot for Leather, I'm your host, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.